Welcome, albeit virtually, to what is perhaps the most tangible symbol of our connection with the community's history, the chapel, which for the most part of 130 years has been a focus of the life of our students and staff. Maybe some of you in the past have come here to pray, or to enjoy this building's beauty, or its warmth, or its silence. Maybe some of you have found your way here in order to celebrate or to mourn. Maybe some of you will, like others who have graduated from our community, come back here to celebrate your wedding or to bring your children to be baptized. But above all, I hope that you know that this place will never stop being your chapel, and that it will help give you a sense that you are an inextricable part of this community's amazing ongoing story and your solidarity with its rather wonderful past. But first, I ask you to take a brief moment to reflect on the path that has led you to this moment, and, if it is your custom, to pray with me for all of our newest graduates. Let us pray. O God, maker of all that is, bless and approve our offering here today, the degrees that have been earned as proof of a deep quest, the fruit of long academic, physical, emotional, and spiritual labor. In the days, months, and years ahead, grant that all who graduate today may come to know more clearly the purpose that their labors, their learning, and their degrees will play in the divine plan, to the greater glory of the one who is love itself. We ask this in the name of Jesus, the light of the world. Amen.
Graduates of Bishop Grosseteste University and friends and family of our graduates who will be tuning into this event. As Vice-Chancellor of the University, it's my great pleasure to welcome you all to this virtual celebration in recognition of the BGU class of 2020. That is to say, those of you who graduated last year. As many of you will appreciate, I had hoped that we would be in a position to welcome you all in person to Lincoln Cathedral. This was, believe it or not, our third attempt to try and host a face-to-face event. Nevertheless, I do want to assure you that this ceremony is just as important an occasion as evidenced by the presence of the mace, which is an integral element of the ceremonial life of the university. These celebrations are being hosted in a similarly sacred space to the cathedral, our university chapel. Although smaller in scale, this building is situated, both physically and metaphorically, right at the heart of our campus. Dedicated to Saints Francis and Clare, it was formally opened on October the 5th, 1872, following a 3-year period of building works at a cost of £916, which in today's money is around £60,000. Like many religious buildings at the time, it was opened before it was either finished or furnished. But what you see today is the result of the gradual improvements and embellishments made by the generous support given by successive generations of both staff and students. The chapel has been an integral part of life on campus for the past 160 years, and it has flourished through the ups and downs of campus life, as well as events in the wider world. It has witnessed the Spanish flu, 2 world wars, and now another global pandemic. And you are the latest examples of BGU graduates who have emerged from your studies stronger, more resilient and positive, despite the turbulence which has affected the whole world. And as a result, you are more able to face the vicissitudes of life. Your official graduation date, of course, was last year, but today we are celebrating both your qualification and also your continued development and success during the past 12 months. Since leaving BG, you will have been using your skills and knowledge to make a difference in society in your own unique way. I know that some of you, our graduates, have been in the front line, for example, in education or in the health and social care sectors. Others have been adapting to new ways of working, and some of you may be continuing to look for opportunities or deciding what you want to do next. But apart from formal employment, many of you have been doing simple things for others, such as shopping for vulnerable relatives or neighbours, volunteering, donating to charity, or simply reaching out to people who were experiencing loneliness or isolation. And in all of that, you will have demonstrated the values which we built with you here at BGU, the values of respect, integrity, courage, resilience. Embodying these make you stand out as a graduate of this institution and as ambassadors of the quality that this institution represents. I would also want to emphasize to you that this is not the end of our journey. Your association with BGU is for life. For those of you who have not yet decided what you want to do in the shorter term, I would just like to remind you that we remain committed to your success as graduates and that our colleagues in the Careers, Employability and Enterprise Centre are happy to work with you to help you find your suitable next step. You are all an integral part of our family of alumni, a growing global body of BGU graduates. We will always remain interested in your progress, and we will continue to support and promote your success. Without you, the university would not be what it is today. We're in regular contact with our former students, so that if you have a particular story to tell, which demonstrates what you gained as a graduate and how you have developed as an individual and professional, then please let us know. We're always happy to advertise our graduates' successes. So in conclusion, my huge congratulations to you. Everyone at the university, that's to say the staff, the University Council, and our continuing students, are immensely proud of you and are inspired by what you have achieved. I do wish you all the very best in the adventures that lie ahead of you. You have all that you need to succeed. So take time today to celebrate in your own context and in your own particular way and reflect on your success so far.
I have the pleasure to present our honorary graduand, Simon Winston. Over the last quarter century, Simon Winston has dedicated much of his life to tackling the issue of racial discrimination and prejudice, and promoting the cause of those suffering oppression and maltreatment. Driving this sense of mission has been Simon's own story, commencing another half-century earlier, when the Germans swept into Poland in the opening year of the Second World War. Simon was a year old, born to Jewish parents in the town of Radziwiłów, then in eastern Poland, but now in Ukraine. Almost 1/3 of Radziwiłłów's 20,000 inhabitants were ethnic Jews. For a while, the Germans were replaced by the Russians under the Nazi-Soviet pact. However, Germany's invasion of Russia in 1941 marked the opening of a familiar and universal tale. German occupation brought desecration, dispossession, terror and brutality for the Jewish community. The Jews were dehumanized and imprisoned in a ghetto. Those unable to perform labor, the useless, were starved, and when down to around 2,000 in number, were murdered in a local forest. For Simon and his family, they escaped the ghetto and remained hidden by Polish farmers until the end of the war. Dispossessed of their family home, they became refugees in Poland and Germany before being able to settle in Britain. Schooling, national service, civil engineering, and then 35 years as a school teacher followed for Simon. In the late 1990s, Simon began to engage with the work of the National Holocaust Centre near to his home in Nottinghamshire. Simon has now talked to a great many gatherings of people through schools, universities, and other establishments and interest groups. His personal story gives underpinning integrity, veracity, and poignancy. Simon's survival owes much to the resourcefulness and heroic actions of his father, who compiled a manuscript of his recollections. The manuscript was passed to Simon, and with the plea that you must tell other people that this happened. Otherwise, they won't believe you. You must be a witness. Simon has been just this, imploring us to appreciate, accept, and protect difference. I'm pleased to present Simon as a worthy candidate for the degree of Doctor of the University, honoris causa.
On the 26th of February 2020, I received an official letter from the Reverend Canon Professor Peter Neal, Vice-Chancellor of the Bishop Grosseteste University, Lincoln, telling me that I'd been offered an honorary degree of Doctor of the University in recognition of the dedication of my dedication in Holocaust education and remembrance. I was dumbfounded. I haven't even got an ordinary degree. I remember I wrote on the official envelope a punch in the nose for Adolf Hitler. I was informed that the award ceremony would be held in Lincoln Cathedral. I hesitated at first because Lincoln Cathedral has an awesome history, both good and bad for me. But I accepted. You see, I'm a Jew. I'm a Jew possibly because of my religion, but I'm not very religious. I'm still waiting for some answers. I'm probably a Jew because of my race, my ethnicity. And I'm a Jew also probably because of my history, my people's culture. But most of all, I'm a Jew because my parents were Jews and they wanted me to be a Jew. And at the moment, I want to be a Jew. I'd like to think that you don't have a problem with that because in Germany, about 90 years ago, a man called Adolf Hitler, he had a problem with that. He didn't like Jews. He wanted to get rid of all his Jews in his country, Germany, about 500,000. When he couldn't, he killed them. And then when he went and conquered other countries in Europe where Jews also lived, he killed them all there. He finished up killing 6 million Jews, which is a lot of Jews to kill. It's the largest and most barbaric genocide in history. Today, we call it the Holocaust. My family lived in Poland at the time. When I was 3, the Germans invaded our town and inflicted on the Jews a reign of terror which defies belief. But we survived. In 1947, when I was 9, we were able to come to Britain. But in spite of all the nice things like playing with new friends and going to a proper school, not everybody here liked Jews or foreigners, and I was both. We were getting picked on, and there were no laws to stop it. I had fights at school and in the army. In the end, I got fed up of fighting. I wanted to get on with my life, so I didn't tell people I was Jewish. And I didn't even tell my Holocaust story to anybody because nobody was interested. I kept quiet for nearly 50 years. Then, 23 years ago, I discovered Beth Shalom, now the National Holocaust Centre and Museum, this place. What impressed me was that the centre was created and run by a Christian family, the Smiths. Eventually, I was asked to tell my story here. It was a cathartic experience for me. I was able to release some demons. Suddenly, what happened to 6 million Jews in Europe during World War II became a subject of interest. It may have been because there was a vast amount of new evidence available about Nazi atrocities after the collapse of the Soviet Union. It could have been because of genocides that were still happening in Cambodia and later in Rwanda and Bosnia. It might have been the release of a powerful film called Schindler's List. But for me, it was discovering Beth Shalom, the National Holocaust Centre and Museum. Now you can't stop me talking. People are different, I tell audiences. As long as they're not breaking the law or being antisocial, they have a right to be different. You have to tell people that unfair prejudice and discrimination is wrong, and it can lead to hatred and abuse. And that can lead to violence, genocide, and another Holocaust. So don't pick on people because they're different, I say. Thank you for nominating me for this award. Thank you, Andrew Jackson, for your oration, introducing me, and for your assistance in the final stages. And thank you, Bishop Grosseteste University, for bestowing this unexpected but very welcome honour upon me. Thank you.
We encourage your celebrations to be heard and seen. So please do feel free to unmute your microphone, turn on your camera and clap, cheer and whoop. We now present the following candidates, including those in absentia. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Applied Drama in the Community with First Class Honours and the Chancellor and University Council Award for Academic Achievement, Olivia Scott. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Applied Drama in the Community with Honours, Joshua Berrington, Amelia Betts, Alexandra Berber, Lottie Crowder, Ellie Dixon, Roisin Ennis, Emily Green, Emma Louise Harwood, Barry Howard, Courtney Janes, Caitlin Kitney Foster, Eva Picker, Joanne Willett. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Archaeology and History with First Class Honours and the Chancellor and University Council Award for Academic Achievement, Adam Nugent. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Archaeology and History with Honours, Nina Baker, Amy Brooks, Kelly Corlett-Slater, Abigail Foster, Olivia Greaves, Leonan Gunter, Thomas Hartley, John Jagger, Andrew Kelly, Sam Marples, Thomas Nunn, Holly Swain, Connor Tughill, Chloe Clapham. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts Business, Team Entrepreneurship, with First Class Honours and the Chancellor and University Council Award for Academic Achievement, Jack Fellows. James Patterson. Joint winner of the BGU Chancellor's Friends Awards, Christopher Nelson Sandham. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts Business, Team Entrepreneurship, Bethany Robinson. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts Business, Team Entrepreneurship with Honours, James Nicholson. Joint winner of the BGU Chancellor's Friends Awards, Daria Pipchinska. Jordan Shaw. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts Drama with First Class Honours and the Chancellor and University Council Award for Academic Achievement, Samuel Wernham. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts Drama with Honours, William Baxter. Owen Cartwright. Jared Dawson. Harry Jackson. Daniel Pease. Daniel Woodthorpe. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts, English and History with Honours, George Dowes. Ross Aisthorpe. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts, English and Psychology with Honours, Rachel Aisthorpe. Victoria Hobbs. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts, English Literature with Honours, Lorna Alexander. Charlotte Ashton. Phoebe Chapman. Emily Hamilton. Olivia Kerr. Bethany Morris. Melissa Nevin. Katie Rose. Georgia Smith. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts Geography with First Class Honours and the Chancellor and University Council Award for Academic Achievement, Daniel Nibbs. Amy Pearson. Connor Price. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts History with First Class Honours and the Chancellor and University Council Award for Academic Achievement, Chloe May Smith. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts History with Honours, Hayden Barrington. Cameron Hurst. Sarah Mello. Rebecca Newton. Lydia Podlashevsky. Thomas Reynolds. Neil Martin. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts Sociology with First Class Honours and the Chancellor and University Council Award for Academic Achievement, Chloe Arkwell. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts Sociology with Honours, Isabel Gilbert. Rhianne Richards. Joanna Wood. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts Theology with Ethics in Society with Honours, Holly Davis. Helen Green. Lucy Harris. Erin Melling. Amy Pennington. Laura Smith. For the Master of Arts in English Literature with Distinction and the Chancellor and University Council Award for Academic Achievement, Emma Stanbridge. For the Master of Arts in English Literature, Charlie Ann Bates. Harriet Garfoot. Poppy Roomery. For the Master of Arts in Health and Social Care Leadership, Alexander Aslam. Abby Baxter. Lindsay Davies. For the Postgraduate Certificate in Health and Social Care Leadership, Caroline Hoey. For the Master of Arts in Heritage Education with Distinction and the Chancellor and University Council Award for Academic Achievement, Andrea Johnson. For the Master of Arts in Heritage Education, Catherine Lee. For the Postgraduate Diploma of Arts in Heritage Education, Alan Reeves. For the Postgraduate Certificate in Heritage Education, Carol Reeves. For the Postgraduate Certificate in Professional Studies, Amanda Ward. For the Master of Arts in Social and Cultural History with distinction and with the Chancellor and University Council Award for Academic Achievement to Neil Dawson, Megan Godber, Abigail White. For the Master of Arts in Social and Cultural History, Aaron Hart, Leanne Roberts, Georgina Robinson. For the Master of Arts in Special Educational Needs and Disability with distinction and the Chancellor and University Council Award for Academic Achievement, Katie Bellamy. Amanda Wilson. For the Master of Arts in Theology and Religious Studies, Jonathan Hempsell. For the National Award for Special Educational Needs Coordination, Beth Archer. Anika Bellett. Laura Bevins. Jacqueline Bonsall. Rhiannon Brumby. Michael Burton. Elizabeth Cowley. Lorna Curtis. Rebecca Dorr. Sharon Edwards. Jessica Evans. Carolyn France. Barbara Green. Fiona Hargreaves. Katie Huddleston. Laura Jackson. Stephen Lambert. Gemma Layton. Catherine Lee. Claire Lyons. Laura MacDonald. Rachel McIlrath. Yola Middleton. Louise Pearson. Miriam Reynolds. Rebecca Robinson. Joanne Rosie. Nicola Sowerby. Rachel Stacey. Amanda Stewart. Victoria Sweeney Pollard. Kerry Tacey. Janet Thacker. Scott Thompson. Sue White. Joseph White and Megan Wood. For the Postgraduate Certificate in Education 3 to 7, Amy Lee Abbott. Charlotte Andrew. Amanda Armstrong. Jasmine Barley. Kelsey Brenchley. Deborah Bunce. Amelia Clark. Cassandra Cook. Nina Cruz. Ella Doherty. Stacey Edmonds. Katrina Elms. Stephen Holgarth McGee. Sophie Hartley. Philippa Hill. Julie Ann Hodson. Amber Hunt. Nicole Lorraine. Chloe Lowndes. Charlotte McClernon. Imogen Millen. Rebecca Milner. Chloe Offer. Michelle Oughton. Louise Parker. Alice Picknett. Francesca Sodi. Sian Solomu. Tessa St Bernard. Rebecca Stevenson. Lewis Taylor. Louise Treadwell. Molly Walker. Amelia Walton. Francesca Welsh. Leah White. Emily Williams. Joanne Russell. For the Postgraduate Certificate in Education 5 to 11, Chloe Arend. Kieran Beattie. Zanira B. Natalie Burkitt. Freya Black. Hayley Booth. Evangeline Brockway. Amy Buchan. Neve Carroll. Grace Carter. Barker Chabria. Philip Coddington. Stephanie Cook. Nikki Cragg. Abigail Curfey. Yasmin Ealing. Benjamin Eshelby. Sophie Freeman. Mark Gaunt. Bethany Godber. Siobhan Hall. Shelley Hallam, Moira Hardy, Emily Harris, Daniel Haxton, Daniel Hunter-Clark, Alana Kay, Abby Kitchen, Amber Leonard, Charlotte Lewell, Hannah Lockyer, Abby MacDonald, Emily Mackin, Poppy Mallet, Jessica Maris, Caitlin McLaughlin, Anna McFeet, Deborah Mills, Nicole Milner, Tara Pollard, Sarah Rabbitts, Emma Richardson, Casey Rydell, Ian Rippin, Rowena Salisbury, Sally Scott, Emma Selby, Laurie Shackleton, Amy Shaw, Jessica Smith, Philip Stones, Victoria Stiles, Chelsea Swainston, Abigail Thompson, Lisa Marie Thompson, Harriet Timms, Elizabeth Tracy, Felicity Tyler, Rose Ward, Dominic Whitting, Gemma Wormleyton, Emma Wright and Yasmin Young. For the postgraduate certificate, Bethany Matthews. For the postgraduate certificate in education School Direct 3 to 7, Mallory Armstrong, Amy Booth, Leanne Codd, Kelly Cripps, Angela Dawson, Danny Gordon, Louise Kimber, Katie King, Karen Kirk, Emily MacLeod and Ellen Stanford. For the postgraduate certificate in education School Direct 5 to 11, Rihanna Bean, Rachel Blackburn, Emma Bradley, Jackson Bookthorpe, Rebecca Clare, Tina Clines, Angela Cox, Victoria Edwards, Lauren Felton, Georgia Flatters, and the winner of the OSA Award for Outstanding Classroom Practice in the field of initial teacher education goes to Jennifer Godber. Courtney Gray, Bethany Harlan James, Isabel Gillings, Holly Kemp, Jack Kirkman, Laura Lithgow, Adam Long, Sophie Lowndes, Sophie Marsden, Amy McCann, Elizabeth Papworth, Anna Sheldon, Claire Smith, Nicholas Bowage, Lorraine Stanhope, Ellen Stratton, Callie Thorne and Kirsty Willers. The postgraduate certificate in education 3 to 7, Nina Cruz, Lewis Taylor. The postgraduate certificate in education 5 to 11, Sarah Rabbitts and Sally Scott. This concludes the reading of the graduates' names.
Hello everyone, my name is Erin and I'm the President of the Students' Union. I would like to congratulate each and every one of you for the immense strength and dedication you have shown during your time as a student. I am so aware that every single one of you have had wildly different experiences throughout your university journey, yet you are all brought here to celebrate together. So I would like you to take a moment to recognise those that you're graduating with, even those who you might not have met, and share your pride with them. Right, now you can go back to being proud of yourselves. Now I would like to give you a bit of advice that I've learned since leaving BGU. Don't look back at your time here with regret, because you've done it now. You've got the degree, you've probably conquered fears, and you've started the journey of the rest of your life. You've done it. University is not only a place to learn and get a degree, but it's also a place to develop as a person. So if you do have regrets, turn them into goals. Make your life what you want to make it, and use your university experience to do it, because you really do get so much more out of university than just your degree, so don't waste it. And finally, on behalf of the entire SU, I would like to thank you. Thank you for being honest with us and sharing insight on how to make your experience better. Thank you for contributing to the lovely community of BGU. And thank you for being so patient and understanding this past year. I wish you all the best in your future endeavours, and I hope to see some of you in the next year during your postgraduate studies. Thank you.